All right, my friends, hello, hello, and welcome to the world of old. Thank you very much for joining me. I am Jams. I will be casting this 2v2 tournament game to the best of my ability, which we should all remember is not terribly high. The players are still setting up. To the best of my knowledge, if I could get a voice check from stream, I would very much appreciate it. Looks like there might be a... That is a very good start, Fluffy. Thank you very much that you can hear me. Much to everyone else's chagrin, I am sure. I'm going to adjust my mic slightly, so please pardon that noise if there is one. It looks like we might be looking for a substitution of player. It looks like DrunkenMeister might not be ready, or something along those lines from what I'm seeing in the Discord. But the other three players are here. And they are seeming to be nearly ready. Looks like we might take a 10-minute timeout just to see if Drunken will show up. Perhaps he's a little bit late or something along those lines. I do not have my water. Yes, I do have my water. Okay. Very important. I've got some cough drops here as well. Or hopefully, when I don't start coughing, just from talking so much. But we will see. I am sorry about the delay, everyone. It looks like one of the players scheduled is not responding. We're going to see if we have a replacement, a ringer, as it were. Just waiting to hear from the other players in the Discord. All right, everyone, I am very, very sorry for the delay. We're talking it out in Discord. I may be subbing in for the player that was scheduled. DrunkenMeister, unfortunately, is not responding. Not sure if he had a sudden schedule change or something. The backup is apparently also maybe not ready. So I am prepared to sub into this game if they can't get someone in the next couple minutes just to get it going. We're going to see what happens. I'll keep you updated as much as I can. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're having a better day than me. My week's been a little rough. You may be wondering, Jams, why are you able to cast a game at 3 p.m. on a Wednesday? And the answer to that is my car decided to take a $3,500 crap on me. So I'm home because I don't have a car to get to work. Well, that's not true. I did go to work. I borrowed my wife's car, but she had appointments and stuff, so I only went to work for a little bit. I'm home. That's been my week, in addition to other things, but I don't want to dump Jams's problems on stream. I'd much rather just talk to all you lovely people of the world of old. While we are waiting for this game to start, unfortunately we are about 15 minutes behind schedule, but hopefully we'll get started any minute now. Nylan, this is not really a test game. So the tournament, again, this is separate from the community tournament. This is another tournament that was organized by a member of the Discord named Magnus. Good guy, nice friend of mine. This is a 2 versus 2 duel tournament. Again, this is not a test game, Nylan. This is more like the first network game of the tournament, as far as I'm aware. I'm also in the tournament, but I'm doing my game in cloud. So this is much less loose. This is much more loose than the official community tournament. This is kind of just a, for fun kind of thing that Magnus did because he wanted to do 2v2 teams. All right, so it looks like we do have a sub player. His name is Sauron, and I will update the title card in post, hopefully. Looks like we're going to do a small map, Inland Sea, strong tribes, Carthage is banned. Yes, of course, Nylan. Happy to clarify. Hopefully it will be up soon. I do not see it yet. Alright, game is supposedly up. Alright, here we go. I will bring the screen live. I'm having trouble joining as an observer here. Ah, there we go. I guess they all had to join first. All right, here we go. All right, and we are off. Thank you again, all, for joining me. Thank you for... Yes, thank you, Fluffy. Thank you all for joining me. Appreciate you taking the time. Again, keep in mind, I am not the strongest caster, so please, please remember that. Looks like we are deciding pick order now. Okay, I've been asked to do random draw. Okay, so I've given Soren, sorry, not Soren, Sauron, that's entirely too close to Soren. I've given Sauron first pick for being such a good sport and showing up in our hour of need to get the the game started, so let's go ahead and switch over to him. Yeah, I guess no wonder spamming game end this turn. Here's the settings if anyone's interested. I'll leave this up for a couple minutes here. Yes, non-mirrored map, Fluffy, was a preference of one of the players. I want to say it was Hazard, but I can't remember. But I am glad to see it. I agree. Non-mirrored, you don't see it too often. I think mostly because this tournament is a little bit more just for fun. And it has a much lower turnout than, obviously, the main community tournament, which is not bad at all. I'm hoping we actually see more of these smaller tournaments. I'm almost tempted to start one myself, but I've got a lot going on right now, so don't hold your breath. Are you all able to hear the sound effects? I can hear them in my headphones. Oh, never mind. Now I see them on my OBS now. Okay, I think we should be good. Marvelous start indeed. Look at all that marble. Marble. Too precious. Horses. What do we have up here? 2 precious, 3 precious, 4 precious. Wow. Oh, actually, sorry, I was looking at the wrong person. Here's Sauron. So Sauron's got a grain, a game, a horse, and 4 precious. That is impressive. So this down here is Nick. This up here is Sauron. Here is Phielp. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Yep, Philip. Here's Phielp. Here's an ore, a wine, sheep, couple marble, so not too bad. 3 marble, 4 marble, immediately right here. Who else do we have? And then down here should be Hazard. Where is Hazard? Here's Hazard. Okay. Hazard's got himself a whole bunch of wheat. Holy wheat. And horses. Horse. I don't know. Jam says Egypt, but, oh, thank you. Hello, Ran. Nice to have you in. Glad you could be here. And thank you very much, Angie. Appreciate the kind words. Jams, if Jams was playing this, I tell you right now, if I had Hazard's seat, I think I would go, Landowners Egypt, or Landowners Egypt, or probably Hatti or Persia with Hazard's seat. Just because that's a whole lot of wheat. I mean, I probably wouldn't even go Landowners here. I'd go Landowners as my second city and just breadbasket the crap out of this. You've got 2 horses. I'd probably do Rider's Cap, to be honest. Rider's Cap. Landowners, second city. I am going to try to not move the screen as fast as I normally do. I know when I watch myself back, that's a little bit too much sometimes. It's just the way that I play. And here we go. So Sauron has chosen Greece. Wonderful. We'll have music from the start. which makes my job casting so much easier. Hazard is going to pick Rome, although Hazard is not on the team. Okay, that's fine, I guess. I had meant for Team 2 to pick first entirely, but that's fine, I guess. Hazard has picked Rome. So Greece went with Artisan Start. Rome went with Landowner Start. I can't fault him for going Landowners there, especially as Rome. We can buy these tiles, some of these wheat tiles if we really want to. Okay. And let's see. Please show the wonders. Yes, I will do my best to show the wonders, Iran. I will do my best. Oh, the wonders. Available wonders. Here we go. We've got Pyramids, Oracle, Hanging Gardens, Jerwan, Necropolis, Royal Library, Mausoleum, Acropolis, Colossus, Alcazna, Circus, Via Recta, and Heliopolis. So, Colosseum and Heliopolis are in the group. Jerwan, love to see Jerwan. I love Jerwan very much. What are we doing? Are we doing some simultaneous starts, simultaneous turns to start? I imagine we are. Oh no, we're doing tight. Okay. Let's head back over to Greece really quickly. Greece has immediately gone for their silver and gold mines. Hard to argue with that, other than getting that barley up, but, I mean, with enough gold, then, you'll be able to buy just about anything you need. Rome has not done any improving. They have instead gone to move their warrior and promote it with Highlander. There is a hill right here, so that will help them clear this camp very quickly. Nick has gone with Babylon. Wonderful to see. He's moved his initial scout, his initial slinger, rather. Few more actions on Babylon. He's going to improve the sorghum. Very good. And Assyria is Phielp. I'm going to just call him Phielp. I hope that is the correct way to pronounce that. Phielp has already done some early pinning. So the Alcaraz school of thought here. And he's going to move his militia first. Interesting. Okay. Militia first, and then Slinger. Okay. Oh, and he has also started a farm. It is not a resource farm. It is just a regular farm next to the sheep. He has added his King General onto his Slinger. And I imagine that we are just about at the end of turn 1. All right, gonna go back to Greece. We've got inspired by the court here for Greece. He can choose to become warlike or take the XP. Looks like they had the same event inspired by the court. Babylon chose to become Besieger. Babylon also moved up to attack their barbarian camp. Greece has moved their scout and moved their warrior. Does not look like Greece has made a decision yet on their event. Heading over to Rome. Rome has gone and attacked the barbarian camp, started the wheat farm, moved their scout. Do not see any events for Rome. Ah, the flanking bonus. Yes, Fluffy. Yes, indeed. So we are seeing the flanking bonus being used here with the militia and the slinger. Assyria getting a turn 2, I'm assuming there. That was turn 2. It looks like it might have rolled over there. Clear on their barbarian site. They're moving their scout. Very, very nice. Someone has met the Scythians. All right. So it looks like all of our players are off to a pretty nice start here. This is definitely going to keep me busy casting-wise. Please do shout out in chat. Hey, Magnus, glad to have you. Please do shout out in chat if there are things you would like me to try to take a look at. I do have a separate screen up just to monitor chat, trying to make myself a better caster here. We're going to try to go through these in approximate turn order as best we can. So, Babylon has cleared their site as well. Wonderful for them. Things still go well in Greece. We've got a little bit of movement there with a warrior. Rome has cleared their site, finished their wheat farm, scouting, probably some harvesting. And to Assyria, he's leaving the city site open. He will have a settler in 2 turns. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Looks like he's going straight for another site, which, if you're Assyria, you might as well. You might as well get that early expansion. Early, aggressive, and often. Looks like Team 1 may be at war with the Scythians. If I am reading this correctly. Yes, Team 1 is at war with the Scythians now. I am sure that will not cause any problems for them. Looks like not too much happening here in Greece. We're starting this barley farm. It looks like. Moving down south of Greece to do some attacks on this barbarian encampment. Let's see what Babylon's been up to. Healing the scout, their settler is out and is headed toward the empty site. Rome has settled their second city. Very nicely done. They've gone with champions. Champions, okay. I mean, obviously in a duel, you're going to want champions. He doesn't really have much of a better seat. It is close to a front line. Barbarians and Scythians here. Does have horses. You could get some good mines over here by these gems. Some more mines maybe around here in this arid land into these hills and horses, perhaps. Taking a look back at Assyria. Assyria's settler will be out next turn. Looks like they have also started to work on this second barbarian camp already. So they're going to be expanding rapidly. I have never played with Phielp, so I do not know. Well, I shouldn't say that. I think I'm in a game with him now, but we haven't really had much interaction, so I don't know how he plays personally. Greece's settler is out. The tactician leader of Greece is on the warrior and is stunning barbarians. I imagine we'll have some movement of this settler down toward either this city site or this city site. I'd probably settle this one first, to be honest, depending on what settle you're going to go for. All depends on what settle you're going to go for. Looks like he is going to settle here. Grab this game, grab some of this very rich farmland right here. That's very nice. And also, eventually get access to these mountains. Very good stone there. Babylon. He did settle. I'll go back to that in a second. Babylon has settled their second city. They've settled hunters. 2 elephants, 2 furs, and a camel. I mean, how much else could you ask for a hunter's seat than that, right? Greece went ahead and settled champion second as well. Over to the Romans. We are dealing with some Scythians right now. Some barbarians are also starting to wander dangerously close to their territory. Looks like Rome is out of orders. And we'll head over to Assyria, where they have settled their patron city second. Okay. Has not cleared that second site, though. Brought the militia back, maybe to heal. Might have missed that. Did not take the second site, so that is important to note there. Let's go ahead and head back over to Greece. Looks like we might be... Yes, here's the turn rollover now. Starting back at Greece, we have the walk event. We've killed the barbarian. He can control 5 specialists, 6 mines, 5 scouts, or take some XP. Babylonia has a marriage offer. And also Legacy of the Queen, 6 quarries, 5 mines, 5 specialists, or XP as well. The Romans discovered divination, so they've got their shrines available. It looks like they ended up killing that Scythian. But that barbarian has wandered into their territory. And the Assyrians are still attacking this barbarian encampment, doing some other moves. I do not see any events or anything that came up on that turn for them. If we quickly make our way back to Greece, I don't know if we'll be able to see what they chose for the walk. Oops. I don't know if I should have clicked that. I don't think it matters, though, as I'm an observer. The walk, they chose the ambition to control 6 mines, and of which he already has 2, and is working on a 3rd. So he's already halfway there. There are some more hills, very easy mine access there. My voice is already starting to give me a little bit of a problem, so hopefully I'll be able to get myself through the stream. We have a marriage offer in Greece. We've started to attack this barbarian encampment. Down in Babylonia, we've promoted this slinger with ranger. Perfect promotion. It's all trees right here. Looks like... I'm not seeing anything else coming up on that. Over in the Roman section of things, we've started a shrine, the Growth Shrine, in Roma. Not seeing much else. It looks like we've met all tribes now. There should only be 4 tribes on this map, I believe. Looks like all the tribes have been met. Tribe contact met the Danes, yes. Okay, cool. And then over in Assyria, We've cleared this camp finally. We've started an ore mine. They have taken the ambition to produce 500 stone. They certainly... well, they certainly could do it. It may be slightly difficult as of right this second, but if they get... well, this city is not going to produce great stone, although it does have a bunch of marble. Actually, no, I take that back. 1, 2, 3 marble right here in this third city. Yeah, I mean, here's another marble here, another marble here. We can obviously quarry all of these mountains once we get to those mountain tiles. Yeah, so makes sense. All right, moving back to Greece. What have we been up to in Greece? We are attacking and stunning the unit inside that barbarian camp. A militia is making its way down, potentially to join or to hold that site. What else? We've got a 4th mine started. So 3 mines completed, 4 mines started. No events that I can see. So over to Babylonia we go. Where it looks like, other than an attack, and starting, oh, a barracks and a shrine. So we have the civic shrine started in Babylon here, as well as starting the barracks. Very, very good. The Romans are consolidating some forces, it looks like. We've added a general to this warrior. Still building this shrine. Not much else happening. Up in Assyria. Looks like we're leaving this site unattended. Settler in 6, it looks like. Settler in 6 out of Nineveh. We are now focusing on the 4th camp here. So very rapid expansion. Very, very strong playing by Phielp. Okay. And back to Greece we go. Looks like we're just waiting on the turn rollover. Since we're in the nation of Greece right now, I want to share a wonderful joke with you about a Grecian topic. So an ancient Grecian walks into a tailor's store and he says to the man behind the counter, he presents him a pair of trousers that have ripped, and the tailor says, "Euripides?" And the man says, "Yeah, Eumenides?" And that's my Grecian dad joke for the day. We have destroyed the barbarian unit holding the camp, and looks like we have gotten a free spearman? I'm guessing that must have been a card? No, never mind. Sorry, that's a warrior. I should maybe zoom in. We have a warrior here out of their champion city. Okay, down in Babylon, we've got a 3rd city settled. It looks like. No, we do not. We've taken the camp, though. So we've taken the camp down here in Babylon. Very, very good. Anything that I'm missing? Just some scouting. Okay. Over in Rome, we've bought a tile after completing that shrine. And we force-marched a settler over to this city site. Looks like we're healing and consolidating our forces up here in Rome's northwest corner here, probably to go after the Scythians or the barbarians. And finally, but certainly not least, the Assyrians have started attacking this barbarian camp. So we will certainly... oh, and they've also started a barracks there, which I do not think I saw last turn. Back over to Greece. I imagine we're starting another mine here to fast-track that. Yes, indeed, another mine. We're also one turn away from a Shrine of Hades, which is the Culture Mountain Shrine in the capital. doing some scouting. We have poetry contest and take another wife. Events in Greece. In Babylonia, they've got stone cutting and they found their paganism. Oh, and Babylonia has begun the Jerwan Aqueduct. Beautiful. Love to see an early Jerwan. Not an amazing spot for it, but love to see an early Jerwan nonetheless. Certainly, these farms won't do nothing. It will get an extra order from the Shrine of Marduk, so there we go. The Romans have begun a mine on this hill next to the sheep. We've settled a second landowner's seat amongst all this wheat. Look at all this wheat. I love to see it. And we are indeed going after the Scythians first. They have met Team 2. Looks like... Oh, okay. Assyrian scouting has been very, very aggressive. Wow. They've come all the way over here. So they have met Team 2 now. Okay. Any other improvements started or anything like that? We've taken this barb camp. So now, I mean, 4 sites settled. Peace with the Thracian, or truce with the Thracians so far. I'm sure that that will not be the case for too much longer. Yeah. All right, let's go back over to Greece and see what some of their events they picked. So, looks like the Greece player took a second wife. That has made one of the spouses jealous. However, a 5 wisdom scholar is nothing to shake a stick at. What else do we have going on? Okay. Well, thank you, Agni. I am a dad. I've been a dad for nearly 10 years, and I wear my dad jokes proudly. So in Pella, we've got another settler out. We've completed the Shrine of Hades. What else? We've established our paganism, obviously. Settler was a free settler. So that's from a card. Okay, we're moving warriors back to heal. We have a new heir. Who is this child's mother? Oh, it must be the original wife there. All right, he's got new heir and dark omens. So good news and bad news. And he really... Well, no, he could easily buy and do either of these instead of taking the unhappiness. We'll see what he chooses. Down here in Babylon, what have we done in Babylon? We have started a camp on the elephants, a quarry on the marble. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We've stunned this barbarian warrior, and just some general scouting. Over to the Romans. We've promoted this warrior with strike, and we've cleared the Scythian camp in seemingly one turn, although it could have been more than one based on how long it takes me to go between the 4 players. And over to Assyria, where we have completed an ore mine. Looks like we're out of orders. We've moved the slinger back here to heal, leaving these camps open, which in theory should be fine, but I mean, in technicality, you never know. You could have a very sneaky player sneaking some scouts to do some shenanigans on your open city sites. But in tournament, you know, especially 2v2, it's a little bit more chaotic. Might be okay to do that. Back over to Greece, where we have chosen... don't know what he chose. He chose a name. Alright, so we have some scouting here. Neither of these scouts are obviously able to do anything against this barbarian encampment. This Assyrian scout is a little bit worse for the wear. He must have been exposed to some tribal or barbarian units along the way. Not too much going on in Greece right now. Let's pop over to Babylon. We have settled our third city on our free site. So we've got artisans, sages, and hunters in Babylon. 8 years away, looks like, on our Jerwin aqueduct. We started a gem mine. The Romans have bought another tile, presumably for another mine. And we're moving forces. We're garrisoning our empty camps here with a militia. More forces moving toward barbarians. And the Assyrians. We've still got 2 years on a settler. A little bit slow on the settler production here. Just due to a little bit of lack of growth, I imagine. What do we got? Yeah, 10 growth. So those are slow settlers right now. Unfortunately, Assyria did not spawn with a reliable growth resource there, other than the sheep, which is unfortunately for them locked. We're killing Thracians, so they are now at war with the Thracians. I am probably going to be missing war declarations and stuff like that. I do apologize about it. But we are at war with the Thracians. We are attacking their camps now. Back over to Greece. Greece also has founded their third city. Greece is now sages, champions, and artisans. Hunters, sages, and artisans in Babylonia. So the two teams are two families aligned. I'm sorry, this team is two families aligned. All right. We have a head of paganism here that is not very happy with the Greece leader. They are commander and tactician, so they are diametrically opposed to begin with. That is going to cause him some problems if conversions happen, unless he's able to get him on side. We've got starting a farm, a beautiful farm triangle here on some nice lush tiles. Love to see it. Two of them on fresh water, one of them being a barley resource. What have we done here? Did we upgrade someone? Did we heal someone? Team 2 is now also at war with the Scythians. Interesting. Where are the Scythians on this side of the map? I see Numidians. Ah, some Scythians over here. Okay. So that's Greece. Not too much going on. Orders restricted, as it tends to happen with Greece. Back down to Babylon. Oops. Back down to Babylon. Anything new? I don't see anything new particularly. It looks like we're on the turn rollover, so I missed a few things. Let's go over to Rome and just see what we can see. Oh, it might be the turn for Greece. So let's go back over to Greece while it's their turn. Yes, okay. Still Greece's turn. Source of power. kind of an influence technology event there. The Grecians have another daughter. Discontent level in Pella. Not seeing anything else super crazy. Turn rollover. All right. Let's go over to the Romans and see what the Romans are up to down here. So the Romans are attacking this barbarian encampment. They have secured it this turn. We've got a slinger out of Ravenna. We're starting a Shrine of Ceres. That is a juicy, juicy shrine right there. 10 gold for each adjacent resource. I mean, chef kiss. Love to see it. Yeah, landowners here are very, very good. And there's not even a river. So Egypt here wouldn't even really make sense because the extra bonus for Egypt farms on river in this city wouldn't really work that well. Only in this city would it work. So I probably take back my original statement about me wanting to found Egypt there. Taking a look at Assyria. Assyria has trained a settler and moved it. We've started a second barracks, as well as a granary up here. They do need to get their growth up. Surround that with farms. Eventually surround the sheep with farms probably too once they get animal husbandry. They are researching drama. 9-year settler out of Assur. That hurts. That hurts. Back over to Greece. All right, Greece is focusing on this barbarian encampment right here. I'm not sure if that settler had moved. I'm not seeing too much in the way of Greece right now, as far as actions are concerned, other than moving toward that barbarian encampment. All right, there's our turn rollover. I am going to try to pop a cough drop here to try to preserve my voice real quick. So if I sound a little funny, that's why. Okay, what is Rome up to? We have taken another wife with the Vandals and promoting the king. Over to Assyria, we see a third settle. We've got champions in Assyria. So Assyria is now champions, patrons. So they have skipped a seat. Internal politics for the moment is fine. Babylonia asking if we should still be on simultaneous. Wonder if they're expecting conflict soon. Greece has attacked. Doesn't look like much else. Internal politics in Greece, also pretty okay for right now. Let's go down to Assyria really quick and check their political situation. Internal politics in Babylonia. Also okay. Babylonia is still attacking these barbarian units over here. More barbarians are encroaching on their territory, however. Over to Rome. Rome is building a quarry right here, next to this mine, which is their second mine right there. What else? We've secured this site. We're moving against the Thracians, it looks like, very aggressively. Political situation in Rome is outstanding. Religion could be a little bit better, but families are very happy. And things in Assyria seem to kind of be stabilized. So our initial super rapid expansion has been somewhat halted. They are only about 2 turns away from taking this camp. But they are now kind of lacking troops. We still only have a militia and a slinger. Militia is holding a site. There will be a slinger out of here in 2 turns. But it will be 8 turns for a worker here and 8 turns for a settler out of Assur. They are researching free settler, however. So 3 turns on that. Over here in Greece, we're looking at researching trapping. That'll be out in 3 years. They've discovered husbandry. I wonder if that was for maybe going spoked wheel. I don't see any husbandry resources right now in Greece. Oh, never mind. Sorry, there is a horse right there, which they are building a pasture on. There are also horses right here, so that's probably why they went husbandry. Maybe trying to go for an early Judaism push. Yeah. What did we have a ping on? Look here. What is here? I'm not sure what Nick is referring to. Look here. And I don't want to dwell too much on it. I do want to go ahead and look at the other players. So, down in Babylon, what are we doing? Not too much of anything yet. He's still got 7 orders. I guess he's sitting on them. I'm not sure why they're pinging look here at the horses and the hill. Unless that's just something for themselves. But anyway, let's go over to the Romans. See what the Romans are up to. Agni. I do like playing with strong tribes. They spawn up to the max number surprisingly quickly and provided a nice challenge. They are a mere nuisance otherwise. Normally, Agni, I would agree with you. However, Magnus is here. And Magnus and I are in a barbarian horde game with strong tribes. And we are getting our butts absolutely kicked because of the strong tribes. So I'm a little bit scarred for strong tribes right now. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Things are still pretty quiet in Rome. Also in Assyria. Not too much has changed. I might be behind on the turn rollover, though. Okay, looks like they've completed their turn, as far as I can tell, at least. And we're waiting on Greece to end their turn. They just were picking an Olympiad in Thessalonic. Okay. Completed a farm, marriages, attacks, family conversion. That family conversion is really hurting his internal politics right now. Not the best to see. This attack here is not necessarily progressing as well as he might like to see it. He can get 2 kills on units, but his units are also starting to get a little bit damaged. He's only got a warrior and a militia right now to attack this camp, while other units are coming down from this camp. These camps are very close together. That might cause him a little bit of a headache, but we shall see. Okay, so he's bringing up the militia here to support that assault. Down in Babylonia, what are we up to? We've got a brand new slinger, which we are putting a tactician on. I think this worker was doing this gems and was attacked, so it's retreated to heal. I imagine this slinger will come down to defend. Yep, moving over to heal. Other than that, a character who is 20 is now in love with his 32-year-old queen. Over to the Romans. More tile buying, more mines. Shrine finished, another worker, another slinger. Kind of more movement up against the Thracians here. Killing a unit. We do have a settler trained out of Roma. 2 years away from aristocracy. Internal politics, still pretty darn good. Not too much to complain about if you are a Roman. If you are an Assyrian, we've got some crabs being improved. An Odeon in Nineveh. Another farm around the granary. General on this slinger. A commander to pair with this slinger that has taken out this Thracian camp right here. Back over to Greece. Looks like another heir. We've got an apprentice acolyte out of Pella. Oh, and Greece has started the Oracle. Okay, so that ping there... That ping there must have been a ping for the Oracle. Maybe it just showed up on my screen as look here. There was another ping down in Babylonia, I thought, but I don't see anything else really having been done with Babylonia. Speaking of, let's move to their perspective. These camels are being improved. Jerwin is still 3 turns from being done. We've improved sorghum, marble, and a second farm right there. Starting a silver mine, bringing this slinger down to confront these barbarians. And back over to the Romans. All right. Feeling on the wind. So, we could see our first catastrophe coming up. Turn 19 into turn 20, we could see a catastrophe coming up. We've killed some... attacked some Thracians and killed one. Moving up a settler. Excuse me, I'm terribly sorry about that. Could not mute my mic fast enough. Improving some wheat here. Over to the Assyrians. We are still looking at farms, Odeons. We're moving up some units. The settler is finally en route to one of these, presumably, 2 camps here. Over to the Greeks. So Assyria has parked their scout right outside of Pella. Get full view of the capital. We have another mine being started over here. 1 year to completion. The pasture here is complete. Greece has settled their 4th city. They've gone with sages. All right, down to Babylonia. Babylonia is moving a settler. So most players should have 4 cities within just a couple turns. All players actually should have 4 cities within just a couple turns. Internal politics, still pretty okay in Babylon. They are 1 turn away from aristocracy. Back over to the Romans real quick. You know what? Actually, let's start this turn with the Assyrians. We haven't started the turn with the Assyrians yet. We are waiting on the Greeks to do something. I'm not sure what the Greeks are. They might have had a city production to deal with. Might have been the settler. Oh no, it was actually over here, Halicarnassus. So they chose Olympiad. Let's go over to the Assyrians this time for the turn rollover. Oh my goodness, and we have shaken confidence. So we have the potential for an earthquake and a drought, I believe. An earthquake in Assyria, a drought potentially globally? I think droughts are global, if I'm not mistaken. He has paid the earthquake tax. He has completed a farm and the crab nets. We've moved a slinger and attacked. Moved another slinger up. 5 orders left. Looks like we're probably moving that settler, if I had to guess. We'll go over to Greece now. Greece has completed their first ambition. I believe that is the first ambition of the game to be completed. Oracle still 7 turns away. Worker out of Corinth. More attacks. There was a barbarian unit here that they killed. Okay. Babylonia has settled their 4th city, a hunter city. So Babylonia, internal politics, still pretty solid. What else is Babylonia up to? Only 1 turn away from the Jerwan. Some farms, some more barbarian attacks. Nothing too crazy at the moment. Rome has finished what I believe was aristocracy, and they've gone into labor force. There is yet time. And, I thought I saw there is yet time. So we do have a minor sandstorm occurring near Ravenna. That must have been Feeling on the Wind. I do sometimes forget what the calamity events are. Building another quarry here around the mountain, expanding out to the citrus through tile buying, improving more wheat. Rome will certainly have no shortage of food with their spawn on this map. Other than that, kind of consolidating forces. Everyone's kind of playing nice right now. A new heir in Assyria. Finished in Odeon. Jerwin is completed now. They've killed a Thracian. Moving up their settler. Will we see a settle this turn? We will see a settle this turn into hunters. So we now have hunters, champions, and patrons in Assyria. Internal politics, not too bad. No Assyrian paganism yet. Do they even have divination? I don't believe they do. Divination has not been researched by the Assyrians. They may be foregoing religion entirely. Not entirely unheard of for the Assyrians. Back over to Greece. What have the Grecians done? Let's see. We are starting a camp on the game. We are out of orders. We've started a Shrine of Zeus. Potential for Greece to get Zorro, I believe. The Babylonians have completed Jerwan. We do have one farm right here giving us that juicy bonus. He's working on another one. Working on this marble right here. We only have one shrine as far as I know in Babylon. I think yeah, the Shrine of Marduk. So it looks like right now, if Greece was gunning for it. So Roma's got the Shrine of Feronia. They're one turn away from an apprentice. They've also got the Shrine of Ceres. They're 2 years away from an apprentice. Rome might have it. Rome definitely has it. Yeah, so Rome will get Zorro. Yeah, Rome will get Zorro. Alright, back over to Greece. We've got aspirations of an oligarch, heir education, and scholars in arms. Hello, Boldus. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could join us. Okay. Alright, the oligarch has become power hungry. Patriarch is gonna die. Okay. Not too much crazy going on here. Let's go ahead and take a look at Babylonia. Babylonia is attacking some barbarians. Healing up a scout. Another sorghum farm. That's pretty much it. Quarry right here. Decent quarry right there. Pretty much it. The Romans. Another mine. Next to a quarry. We are doubling up on workers here. Using that builder. Very nice. Pushing up against some more Thracians. Other than that, not too much. Internal politics in Rome. Pretty decent. Assyria. They've discovered ironworking. They trained a settler. They've killed 2 Thracians. So picking up their expansion timeline, ramping up their expansion again with these 2 slingers. They are commanders. I'm surprised they're not next to each other for that extra bonus. but that might have been to kill a unit. I wasn't able to completely see that. They are now researching divination. However, as I mentioned, Rome will be the one to get Zoroastrianism. We are now waiting on Greece to end the turn. Greece is making a decision on an event. Scholars in Arms. I think let's go ahead and start this turn on Babylon. We haven't started on Babylon yet. All right. So in Babylon, we've got Origin of the State. So Cato is making his presence known. And Unlikely Scenario. Will he choose the time travel? We've also killed a barbarian unit. Completed a treasury. And got a miner out of Mari in these gems. So good to see. Just want to see what he chooses. Well, we can come back in a minute. Let's go ahead and move over to Rome. What are the Romans up to today? We are working on more farms. Love to see it. More farms is more good. Attacking some more Thracians. We had culinary escapades where we lost to legitimacy. That is a little bit unfortunate. The Assyrians. Okay, interesting. We are splitting up our forces a little bit here. We can kill this in 2. It won't spawn another unit for 3, so that makes some sense. Poison on the tree. Interesting. So Assyria has a Thracian court scholar who is angry with them for being at war with the Thracians, and they chose on that to kill the courtier. They gained 4 legitimacy, but a rebel unit out of it. So where's the rebel? I don't see the rebel. Maybe missing that. In Jerwan. Oh, here it is. In Jerwan. Okay. Interesting. All right, back over to Greece. It is still Greece's turn. What did Greece choose? Looks like I lost it before I could read it. All right, we'll start the turn with Greece this time. Greece over here has Peaceable Kingdom. The heir can become a cultivator, a pathfinder, or an equestrian. They also have heir education for another heir. We're attacking this barbarian here. We're researching navigation. Likely for the law, although civics are not currently being used for laws in Greece at all. We have no laws in Greece. I probably should be checking that in the other players' kingdoms as well. So we'll go ahead and we'll move down to Babylonia. In Babylonia, we do have 3 laws available and the civics to adopt at least one. No laws adopted yet. We have attacked units, barbarians and Scythians. Starting another farm on the other side of Jerwan. Starting another quarry here in this arid tile. Other than that, not too much. Internal politics, still pretty good. Over to the Romans. The Romans have founded Zorro, as I had so dubiously predicted. We have air education. Aquinium burning. Interesting. Enact tyranny. So we've got 4 farmer specialists. Promote unit 5 times and enact tyranny. Zoroastrian founded. Athletic games. State religion, air education, personal religion. So 3 of those events that Rome has right now are related to Zorro. We're doing decree in Aquinium, which is a statesman seat. So we finally have 3 families in Rome. We did not have 3 families in Rome until very recently. We've taken up this Thracian city site. All right, and let's go ahead and look at the Assyrians. The Assyrians have rushed an apprentice officer out of here. They have 2 current ambitions, produce 500 stone and kill 5 Thracians, which they are 2 out of 5. Hopefully enough Thracians on the map. They're going to have to be careful that they don't completely kill the Thracians before they complete that ambition. Looks like we're on our way to settle this site. Right. I'm not seeing much else there. Oh, laws. Laws in Assyria. We have none. None unlocked. Alright. We'll go over back to Greece. Back over in Greece. We're still fighting this barbarian encampment. I imagine this will be taken this turn. Ooh, hostile garrison. Hate to see hostile garrison. That's a tough one. Also, like mother, like daughter, and air education. Okay. All right, there we go. We've cleared that barbarian encampment. Gained a discontent level in Pella. What else do we have going on? Not a heck of a lot. So while we're still early in the turn, let's go down to the Babylonians. The Babylonians are moving units toward cities. What else do we see here? Not too much. They've got a treble raid incoming. A wildfire begins, which I do not have the graphic for. That is a known bug, I believe. Or maybe that means it'll come next year. Because they paid... Yes, I believe this is where I can see it. So they paid the tax for There Is Yet Time. But I believe that means a wildfire will spawn, because I can see it here. A wildfire will spawn here next turn. If Fluffy, if you're still in the chat, if you can let me know if that is indeed accurate. That I can see it because it will show up next turn. What else do we have? Farm and a quarry finished. Gifted food to the No, they received food from the Greeks. Okay. Back to the Romans. Over here in Rome, we are starting another wheat farm. And completing a quarry, which I believe this tile might have been bought. No additional movement against the Thracian. There are no more Thracians. So, it is very important for Philip, as Assyria, to remember that he should not kill this camp until he kills 5 Thracians, because he has killed this camp. I have personally failed that ambition before. It sucks when you fail it. I do not see... Just quickly looking over. I'm sorry, I know I'm moving very fast around the map. There's just a lot to cover. I do not see any other Thracians on the map. So, he needs to be careful about that. We do have a 5th city. We have a patron city. What else have we done? He's known as the Victorious. Gained full legitimacy from an event. Apprentice officer, granary. Okay. Not too much else. Still early game. Turn 25. I imagine with how aggressive Assyria is being, we might see some conflict between Assyria and Greece relatively soon. They're only 2 city sites away from each other. I would kind of be surprised if we wouldn't see some combat between Assyria and Greece relatively soon. Babylon and Rome, I don't think, but Assyria and Greece, I do think. I believe that is true, yes, although it may be a bug we need to look into. Yes, yeah, Fluffy, I'm not sure if that's a thing I can see because I'm an observer. I don't think that's a thing you can normally see as the actual player. Let's see if this wildfire sparks this turn. I'll move over to Babylonia's perspective. Okay, so I do not see a wildfire sparking here this turn. We'll check it again next turn, but while we're here, let's take a look at what Babylonia has going on. They have gained 2 militia from prison conscripts, also a discontent level in Mari. We've got a slinger. We're doing some attacks against barbarians. No events really to speak of. This Maraud is being attacked by Numidians. The Numidians are going to be a problem for Babylonia, as Babylonia doesn't really have an answer for Numidians at this point. Babylonia is going for navigation. They did take slavery, so they finally do have a law. Phalanx is in their deck, so it could be possible they could get it next turn. Or not next turn, in 3 turns. They have chosen an ambassador, a timid, shield-bearing diplomat. Their internal politics, pretty darn good. And their ambitions are control 6 quarries and make peace with the tribe. That's probably why we've got the ambassador in there, to try to make peace with the tribe. Although making peace with the Numidians might be a little bit tough. We've got some raiders coming for Team 2 from the Scythians. And let's head over to Rome. Over in Rome, looks like we've started a quarry, 2 quarries. Not seeing any movement on settling this site yet. We do have a Zoroastrian disciple coming out and a scout. Okay. Not much going on in Rome. How about Assyria? What are the Assyrians up to, I wonder? The Assyrians are doing some quarries. We've made a farm and a granary right here. We've got some beautiful barley over here. Started a marble right there. They do have that produce 500 stone, so that makes sense. Other than that, I don't see any attacks having happened. Looks like we're healing up some units. More than likely, going after this camp, it will spawn another unit in 1 year. That unit that it spawns and the unit occupying the camp will be enough to complete that ambition, so that is a good realization on Phielp's part, that he has to wait for this camp to spawn a unit before he goes ahead and clears it out. We are waiting on Greece to end the turn. Greece has made his daughter a carpenter. I believe that's what it said. Yes, his third in line is a carpenter. All right, let's see what Greece has going on. They have cleared this site, so that's good for them. Now there are no more barbs. They've only got tribes, and they've got Danes to deal with which they are currently at truce with. The Oracle. So they've completed the Oracle. Good for them. What else do we have? Idea. So a chance to upgrade the second in line. And local beliefs. Nothing too crazy. Hero marches, Oracle. All right, nothing really crazy. Let's take a look at Babylon. Babylon's already ended their turn. It looks like no, they have not. Never mind. That is my mistake. Ooh, boy. Wow. Oh, man. Babylon is gonna get smacked by these Numidians. They might lose that city. There is a good chance that Babylonia loses Uruk. 1, 2, 3. That's not a river. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they can get a full surround on the city if they want to. Oof, that is rough. We'll see. We'll see how well Nick can handle that. I do not know Nicknight personally. I've never played with them. But we will see how they are able to handle that. If I saw this in a game, I would be pooping my pants. That's really rough. What else have we done? Anything interesting? Attacks. That's pretty much it. Rome. What has Rome been up to? All right, Rome is consolidating their control of the area around Roma by buying tiles around the mountain, quarrying the heck out of them. They do currently have not so awesome stone economy, but it will get better. It will get better. We're moving some units, it looks like, in slow succession. Rome is suffering from a little bit of a lack of orders. They're at 11 orders on turn 27. You know, it can be tough with Rome to get orders. They've left a city site open here. I don't know if this was already open. I don't remember. Or if this was conquered. It doesn't have a tribal symbol, so it might have been Thracians, and since the Thracians are eliminated, it's no longer able to respawn. But it looks like this militia might be making its way up there, just to hold on to it. Vandal Unity. Interesting. Okay. Let's take a look while we're here in Rome. What else Rome has? They've got Newfound Faith. Okay. Nothing else really too crazy. They're also working on navigation. They have adopted 2 laws. Let's head over to Assyria. Assyria is building more quarries. We've got a warrior out of Nineveh. We've got consolidating some of our forces. Looks like we got a second warrior. Not sure where that one came from. I definitely missed that. Quarrying more marble. Very good. They're working on labor force. They've got husbandry marked. I'm not sure why they didn't go husbandry. Other than maybe to get a law, because they don't currently have a law. I mean, they have every single husbandry resource imaginable. So hopefully they can get that onto that soon. They were able to... Let's see, I don't see anything else. Oh, they've got Sappho. Interesting. Cool. All right, over to Greece. We haven't seen Greece this turn, I don't think. What has Greece been up to this turn? They've started horses in Halicarnassus. And looks like we might be moving against the Numidians. That might take a little tiny bit of pressure off of Babylon, but yikes, still not too much. We're building a garrison in Thessalonica. And Pella seems to kind of just be idling right now with some miners. Labor force is a prereq for Judaism. Didn't catch it if it was founded yet. No, Magnus, Judaism has not been founded yet. Of all the players, I believe Greece is the closest to Judaism. And Greece does have labor force. But they do not yet have a rancher on their currently improved horse in Pella, and they are just constructing their second... I can never remember the name. Pasture. Their second pasture in Halicarnassus, although they are the player that is closest to Judaism. So I do predict that Greece will get... I do predict that Greece will get Judaism, just because they're so much closer than Assyria. Assyria is going for labor force, and although Assyria does have a lot more pastures, not even having husbandry yet, I don't see how they can possibly beat Greece to Judaism, unless it takes a stupid amount of time for Pella to get another citizen, which they'll get in 2 years. So Pella will get that citizen in 2 years. Halicarnassus already has a citizen, so if Greece is going for a Judaism push, then it's definitely theirs to lose. From what I can see. I believe we're waiting on Greece to end the turn. So let's move down to Babylonia, where we have a teeny tiny little wildfire on some fur. Nothing really to be alarmed about. It's a single-tiled wildfire. But the thing to worry about is I really think that Babylonia is losing Uruk. I don't see how he's pulling this off. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Numidians coming down on Uruk. It's got 7 health left. He can put his slinger in the city. I don't know. That's really rough. That is really rough for Babylonia. And not having too much of a military, also having raiders to deal with. You know, he is dealing with Scythians down here. He's cleared that out, but this unit's really worse for the wear. I imagine he loses Uruk. I certainly hope not. But I kind of think he might. As far as events, he's got half a throne. And Wildfire's End. So there we go. Over to Rome. What has Rome been up to? So, Team 1 is now at war with the Vandals. Thracians have been eliminated. We've got a couple events there. Vandal Disarray, I wanted to see what that was. I think I might miss it, though. Alright, so whatever the option was, Rome chose to get 680 gold out of it. I imagine Rome will work through the Vandals very quickly, seeing as there's only one camp immediately in their vicinity. This camp is not really going to present much of a threat unless raiders are sent, in my opinion. Babylon does have a scout sitting on the edge of Roman territory. I would like to see that moved somewhere more interior to keep an eye on them. But they might be still trying to get the lay of the land. And Assyria. Was Assyria able to complete their ambition? They were. They got the ambition for killing 5 Thracians. So congratulations to Assyria. They have... Sappho is ill. The king of the Assyrians is now known as the Lion. Ebbing Spring. So a +4 legitimacy change overall. What else? Spare time. Gained a worker in Jerwan. Killed a Thracian. War with the Vandals. Okay, so we're just waiting on the turn rollover. It is still, for right now, Assyria's turn. Although I imagine they'll be ending that very soon. Popping another cough drop. Just please excuse me for a half a moment. All right, so Assyria finally has a law available. They can choose between freedom and slavery. They've also got rhetoric, navigation, phalanx, and architecture available to research. And they've got philosophy studies as an event. As far as actions are concerned, they're relatively stable for now. Internal politics, pretty decent. I'm seeing Zoroastrianism, but that might just be because they're allied with Rome. Yeah, I don't see it in any of their cities. Oh, we've got a city found. So we've got a 6th city, which will be a hunter city, growing ever closer to the Greeks. I'm not sure if Greece is able to see that from where their scout position is, but they should probably be concerned. They certainly should be able to see it through the tooltips and such that Assyria is now at 6 cities, which I believe is the lead in the game. But again, Assyria is pretty okay. They have a 7th site locked down. And they could certainly go for the Danes. They're at war with them. Let's see what's over with our friends, the Greeks. The Greeks. We have another raider in Halicarnassus. We are waiting on an apprentice acolyte in Thessalonica, a garrison in Pella. Looks like we might be moving toward this kind of strange little peninsula Numidian spot here with an internal sea. It's a very interesting spot on the map, completely cut off by mountains. It's a little peninsula that kind of comes through the middle of the ocean here. 5 events inspired by the Oracle, Tactic Studies, Furious Emissary, The Right Angle, and the God King. They've received 100 stone from Babylon and spent it. I'm not sure on what. I'm sure they're chatting internally about what they need and sharing resources, as you should in a team game. Uruk is holding for now. It is at 6 health. Does have 2 slingers and a warrior defending, so they might be able to hold it, but it is going to be rough. Luckily for them, I don't think there are any more forces that can come down from the Numidians at this moment. Other than that, nothing too terribly crazy happening in Babylonia, although this is enough craziness for Babylonia, certainly, to deal with. Our friends the Romans. We're doing a little bit of scouting to the east of Rome. Still working on a lot of quarries. Mine up here on these gems. The Babylonian scout has moved a little bit. But again, nothing too crazy that I can see. We'll head back over to Greece for the turn rollover. We've got a Greek settle on this former barbarian camp. I believe that is brand new. They did lose a militia to a skirmisher. The Greek leader is now doomed. They are still only on 1 law, although they have 2 more available. Internal politics, a little bit rough. 2 families in the negative. Researching border boost. They did have available to them administration, spoked wheel, mill drill, and monasticism. Killing some more Numidians. Down to the Babylonians, who are putting up a spirited defense. Looks like some of the Numidian forces are retreating. They did manage to kill 1. Uruk is now sitting at 8 HP. 3 units defending. Killing another Numidian unit over here near Murad. So I do believe the danger has passed. I might have been a little bit excitable about the potential for Nick to lose Uruk, but That was a whole lot of Numidians, and he did not have any forces in the area to speak of. Air education, we have commerce student. Garrison and farm finished. Okay. What did the Romans do this turn? Our dear friends, the Romans, are moving down some forces, presumably to take on this barbarian encampment. Continuing to work on economy. Influence mission going on. Internal politics, pretty solid. Certainly nothing to shake a stick at there. We've got philosophy studies and tribal truce with the Scythians. Probably not a bad idea for them to take that tribal truce because the Scythians, as far as Rome is concerned, can only really raid by water. Take the truce and the Scythians will go all against Babylon, at least in theory. Okay. And the Assyrians. A blaze. Oh no. Did I miss a wildfire? A minor wildfire. Only takes up about, you know, an entire city. And the Greek king has died. We'll get over there in a minute. We've got a warrior, farm quarry. Alright, not too much else going on. Still no settle there. Maybe kind of sort of moving troops toward the front with the Danes. Looks like we're parking a warrior here on this barracks. Might as well get that free promotion if you can spare the 10 turns of sitting there. Let's head over to the Greeks. We can just see it right here. The Greeks have a tactician. King Hephaestion the New. He's 20 years old. He's a tactician. Inspiring, cultivator, and gay. 2 wisdom, 1 courage, 2 discipline. All players but Rome are still actively playing a turn. I am so sorry. I thought I had muted my mic for that. I do apologize. Okay. Still 3 players playing their turn. All right, and just waiting on Greece to end their turn now, so we'll go over to the Greek perspective. We've got Lands of the Dead, New Leaf, Luxurious Trade, Politics Studies, and Scythian Celebration to deal with. They did get their border boost, and they went for Spoked Wheel. Borders of Greece looking nice and chunky around this central ring. In a kind of five-point star here. Would love to see them come up and take at least one of these Danish encampments. At least this one, if not both of these, to try to make a defensive line against Assyria. Unfortunately, I don't think that Greece has vision of Assyria and what they're exactly up to. So I imagine that Assyria will probably take this site, if not this site, before Greece is able to react. But we shall see. Greece is placing a fur in Pella. We'll do a quick law check while we're waiting for everybody else. Greece is at 1. Babylonia is at 1 with 3 available. Rome is at 2 with 1 available. Assyria is at 1 with no available laws. Let's see here. Did Pella... Okay, so Greece did not opt to go for the rancher in Pella. Nor did they opt for the rancher in Halicarnassus. So, I rescind my former statement that Greece is guaranteed Judaism, because they are not going for it, it appears. However, Greece has bookish demeanor, philosophy study, prosperous future, and ambition of family as events. And they are dealing with some Numidian attacks down here. Over in Babylon, the Numidian threat seems to have been mostly negated. We are doing a bunch of heals, attacking some units, repairing Uruk. We're building warriors and workers. Looks like an oligarch has made a recovery, and a king, consort, and general has fallen ill. To Rome we go. And we see that the Romans have been attacking barbarian units. Looks like we've completed some quarries. We've got Wine or Vinegar and Fable of Aesop as events. We're 1 turn away from Drama. Some personal illnesses and upgrades. We do have a settler out of Roma. Not sure where that settler got to. Might have been a couple turns by now. Does say settler trained in Roma. Is it right here? Oh, those are workers. Settler over here. So Rome is opting to not settle the site they're sitting on in favor of settling this barbarian site first. Which makes sense. There's a mountain shield here. You might as well claim this land. I think that's about it for Rome. As far as Assyria is concerned, looks like there was lion hunt training. We're improving more marble. They refused to marry a Scythian suitor. They accepted a family suitor instead. They finished a treasury. They're one turn away from rhetoric. All right. Yeah, not a whole lot going on in Assyria right now. Barracks, marble. Okay. We are waiting on Assyria to end the turn. I think for this turn rollover, let's go to Babylon. I don't think we've started on Babylon in a minute or two. All right. Sorry, I had my mic muted there. So, looks like we've gone for the promote unit 10 times ambition in Babylon. They could use a few more units to make that a little bit easier, but it is certainly doable. Other than that, nothing crazy. Let's go to Rome. Rome now has music as well, which is very nice. Did they get Odeons finally? Yes, they did. They got their drama. Looks like we're moving to attack the barbarian encampment. Babylonian scout has made its way into visible territory, although there are no military units immediately in the vicinity to attack it. And looks like just kind of hanging out. Some slight movement on units. Assyria does have a scout coming down into the area. Assyria still sitting on their 500 stone. They are one turn away from it, I believe. Yes, one turn away from their ambition. They have a raid coming in from the Danes. They got their rhetoric, and they're on husbandry now. So now Assyria could potentially be taking Judaism, seeing as the Greeks seem to have no interest in taking it, at least at the moment. And they are moving to attack the Danes. Alright, so Assyria and Rome chatting. Rome intends to take the Vandal site between Assyria and Rome. Assuming that means that Assyria will settle for the free city site that is there. Over to the Greeks. The Greeks are dealing with a raid. We've got a Shrine of Poseidon coming up in Halicarnassus, dealing with some more Numidians. Otherwise, again, not too much that I'm seeing. Looks like the leader has gone bald at age 23, or chosen to shave his head. I'm not sure which. Either way, that's a choice. Babylonia has political question and connection versus relation. Their king has died. Internal politics, still pretty darn good. Actually, pretty amazing, if I'm being honest. Court looks pretty good. They finally repaired all the damage in Uruk. Looks like they're taking strides against the Scythians now. Sorry, the Numidians. Taking a camp from the Numidians. 2 lavender camp, 3 lavender camp. Access potentially to incense and a whole bunch of stone. Beautiful stone area right there. Rome is creeping up with a scout into Babylonian territory. They definitely have now seen Kish. Well, no, not quite. Yeah, they're probably about a tile away from seeing Kish. So Rome will be seeing where Babylon is very soon, although this is kind of not really a contestable area at the moment due to lack of boats. Rome does have navigation, but they have no place in this sea to put a boat yet, so I imagine they're just going to let... How did the scout get there? They don't have exploration. Oh, there's a one-tile... I missed this. There is a one-tile gap at the bottom here that the scout can get through. Okay, so it is technically contestable, but it would be tough to hold this site with a one-tile pass and if your enemy was going to come after you with it. Other than that, though, looking at what the Romans have been up to this turn, again, I'm not seeing much change. Over to the Assyrians. We had some events at Death's Door, Gift for Negotiation, and the leaders are known as the Invincible, still original leader, 52 years old. They have started a goal to control 6 urban improvements. They only need 2 more to get there. They've killed a Vandal and a Danish unit. Looks like they're maybe trying to help Rome out a little bit with these Vandals, probably trying to stop the raids and such. I imagine they will honor that agreement as teammates. So let's head back over to the Greeks. Greece is mulling over their choice of production for Thessalonica. They have chosen a warrior. We have a warrior, a slinger, a warrior. Oh, we had a hurricane hit Halicarnassus. Oh, we also had a harbor, it looks like, which is an event for the hurricane. So, garrison, harbor, Shrine of Poseidon in Halicarnassus. It doesn't look like the shrine helped very much with appeasing Poseidon, but he can be a fickle god, I have heard. So, that might be a little tough to do. Not too much activity going on in Pella. I see silver mine being produced. I'm not sure if that had been destroyed by something. I thought that had already been improved, but it might have been a different mine. Maybe he just expanded to it. I think that Shrine of Athena might be new, but I'm also not sure. Oh, we have a friendship missile going between Greece and Babylon. Might have a little bit of a problem with this Numidian here. Events for Greece, Memory for the Gods, Marriage Offer, Daring Escape. and promotion of the king. Down to Babylon. They are also researching Spoked Wheel. They're 2 turns away. They have a law available. They can choose between colony serfdom and centralization vassalage. Down to Babylonia, where we also have a law available. We can choose Epex Exploration, Colony Serfdom, or Centralization Vassalage, and they have the civics for it. In Babylonia, they've got Phalanx. They'll definitely need the Oh, they actually don't really need the Phalanx anymore. The worst of the Numidians is probably over, but getting the Phalanx up probably would not be the worst. They have a couple warriors they can very easily upgrade, and that will definitely help them out against the Numidian threat. We're building a forum in Uruk, Stonecutter in Babylon, and forum in Mari, so they're definitely trying to up their civic production, probably to help them with laws. What else? They're only 2 of 10 into their ambition. Internal politics still amazing. Rome just sitting outside their borders. Rome hasn't moved yet. They're scout, although that might be low on the totem pole for Rome, depending on what they've got going on. So let's take a look at what Rome's got going on. Building a garrison, building a shrine, promoting a unit, attacking, taking a hit. So no orders on Rome right now. Sorry, just checking Discord there real quick, making sure I'm not missing any messages from our players or from anyone who is looking to join in with co-casting for me. Anyone still here? I see there's still 7 of us. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I know it's a little bit rough just having one caster for an event this large. I'm doing my best. So I appreciate you being here. Waiting on the turn to roll over. I'm going to excuse myself for just a moment. I think I've got enough time to do that. All right, and I'm back. It doesn't look like I was too far off the start of a turn. So we've got Favored Julian Sun and Peak Paranoia, so we could see a volcanic eruption here in Rome. Faye Griffin, thank you for joining. Glad you could be here. Hope my dulcet tones are a nice background for your playing. What do we got in Rome? So we've lost a unit. A militia was killed by a Vandal unit, and we've killed a Vandal unit. They got serf. Rome has adopted serfdom, so they're now up to 3 laws. One more for their UU. Let's pop over to Assyria. Assyria has the option to adopt a state religion. They've also discovered their husbandry. Tutor mission event. They got a settler. They got 2 settlers. Alright, so we've got 2 settlers on the board for Assyria. And only 1 site available. So that definitely tells me they're going for this Vandal camp. No doubt about it. Internal politics in Assyria still looking really good. Assyria has the choice to research aristocracy, metaphysics, composite bow, and architecture. If it was me, I'd probably be going composite bow right now. You've got all those amazingly trained slingers that can be upgraded to archers pretty quickly, and those would be pretty devastating to Greece. Oh, okay, so one settler is going down here to this free site that they never settled to solidify their borders with Rome. They're going to draw the line right here. One of them is going to go up to this city site up here. All right, very good. Over to Greece. Greece has been attacking some raiders. Leaders now known as the Warrior. They are 2 years away from Spoked Wheel still. Alright, turn ended, so I've lost my... they did choose a Spearman. I believe that came from an event they had last turn. They got the free Spearman. They are going after the Numidians pretty hard. After any tribes, actually. They're definitely trying to consolidate their power between... you know, this end of the interior sea. Alright, down to Babylon. Babylon is continuing to attack Numidians, who had so grievously threatened their city of Uruk. Scythian Unity is an event that they have to deal with. Although they are at peace with the Scythians right now. Nicknight has renamed this river to Nick's Little River. Very cute. I love to see landmarks get renamed. And he's building some roads. Very nice. I love to see roads built. I would love to see roads built even though there's a river around here. Oh, he started the pyramids. Okay, late pyramids. So he decided to forego a law to get the pyramids, but that could help him get more laws, since that will help him with his civics cost for adopting laws. Other than that, nothing I'm seeing. The puppies, that sounds like an event I'm not very familiar with. And killing some units. Over to Rome. What is Rome up to? Rome is up to settling this city. So now they have kind of solidified their borders potentially with Babylonia, although there is a one-tile pass through this mountain range that they could get through if they really wanted to go ahead and poke their head out. They settled it as landowners. Internal politics has stabilized somewhat. Religious opinion is still awful for them, unfortunately. This matriarch, I believe, is the original matriarch from the start of Roman paganism, and they are not happy with the current leader. As a result, all the families that are Roman pagan are having a slight opinion difference with the ruler. We're still working on a garrison and a shrine in Roma. A settler is being moved, likely up to here. could also be here as well. I'm not sure. All right, Assyria. Oh, law check. Still 3 laws in Rome. Assyria. Assyria and Babylonia are now the only nations with their original leaders. All right. Founded 2 cities. So we founded 2 cities that turn, right down here and right up here. Gaza. So they are now up to what? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that 9? No, 8. 8 cities with a 9th potentially on the way. Yeah, 8 cities to 5. So Assyria leads by a large margin. Everyone else is at 5. Assyria will potentially be at 9 very soon. And I could even very easily see up to 10, possibly 11, as Greece... Greece really doesn't have as much of an answer, being so spread thin, fighting the tribes. If Assyria really, really pushes, they can probably take those cities. Now, if they can hold them is a different story, but they can probably take them. Back over... That is not what I wanted to do. Back over to Greece. Greece has not made any move toward these camps at all. They're focusing on these backline camps. I understand that, but this Vandals camp here, you know this is not contested. I would be more worried about these Dane sites that are potentially able to be contested, especially this one. I would want this site number 1. I want this site number 2. Make this your pocket. Make this your defense rather than this, in my opinion. But I have the benefit of being an armchair admiral, and I can see everything, so... All right, turn rollover. We've got renewing the peace with the Scythians, a marriage offer, family gains with the champions, and Greek pagan ambitions. So they've declined the peace with the Scythians. They're now at war with the Scythians. Team 1, that is. Sorry, Team 2. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on Greece, but I'm looking at Babylonia. Babylonia, Greece is killing some Vandals over here. What else do we have? Nothing worker-wise. Looks like they're doing military stuff first. Very understandable. Looks like they're taking this site. I don't know if they'll keep it from Babylon. I would say that's probably Babylonian territory if it was me, but that's between them to decide. Speaking of Babylonia, let's go back down to Babylon. Someone is ill. Minus opinion with the Numidians. We had a rising star. And we renewed some peace. I'm not sure there. Killed a Numidian, so they took this camp. What else do we have going on? Not too much. They do have a law available now. They could get epic exploration, colonies, serfdom, or centralization vassalage. Again, they are working on the pyramids. Those are 9 years away. But they do currently have 500 civics, so they could adopt a law. They may just be waiting for the pyramids to be adopted, to adopt a law, but I don't know if I'd really want to wait 9 turns to adopt another law if I was them. That's just me. Babylonian scout moving around Rome, hiding in some trees. Not sure if Rome was able to catch that. Rome has had a conversion, an heir birth, teaching the enemy. They got a court scholar. Oh, Assyria finally found their paganism. Some units attacked and some units killed. Internal politics has improved. Certainly improved. Heir education and religion ambitions are what they're ready to decide, whether they will support the Zoroastrian or the Roman paganism, or turn them both away. Current ambitions enact tyranny, which is a legacy, and complete an opulence project, which is also a legacy. They do have a luxury, but they have sent it to the Claudius family, not to a city. So I'm not sure how they're going to complete an opulence project in 18 years. They did take the ambition to establish dualism. Dualism. They're not near dualism yet. They do need administration to get dualism, but they are on their way to monasticism. In 5 turns. All right, over to Assyria. And in the sprawling Assyrian Empire, we have seen the king being severely ill. State religion, so they've adopted... Interesting, Assyria adopted Zoroastrianism as their state religion. Interesting. They've taken the Danish site right here. I'm not seeing... oh, yes, alright, so we've got barracks here, sheep here, being improved. Garrison. I'm not seeing another... We've got a shrine here, adjacent farm bonus shrine. I'm not seeing another pasture just yet, but it could be coming soon. Assyria does have the opportunity to grab Judaism. We're waiting on Greece to end the turn, so we'll head back over to Greece. The king is no longer mourning. They gained a warrior from an event. Oh, okay, so they've completed another ambition as well. 4 mines and 6 shrines. Now their ambition is to build the Hanging Gardens. They do certainly have a spot they could do it on, right? Because Hanging Gardens just needs adjacent to river. Yeah, so I mean, you can put it here. You can put it here. They do not currently have the civics. They need... What is it? 200? Oh, no, they only need 100. So they just need the resources, stone and wood. No wood income to speak of. So that might be a little bit tough. They're going to have to get some chopping going to get that wonder down. A little bit of chopping, but other than that, their biggest bottleneck is going to be stone. They're only at 13 a turn. Although they could probably get some from Babylonia if they really needed to. All right, turn roll over here. So we've got no events for Greece. We've got a warrior. All right, down in Babylonia. Down in Babylonia, nothing too crazy. I did see an event pop up in Greece. What was it? Might have just been a birth. All right, over to Rome. Let's see what Rome is up to. Getting some healings done, improving a mine, improving an Odeon. We're making a shrine. Almost settling a city. Probably, not sure. I probably would have settled that city this turn, but that's neither here nor there. No attacks on the Vandals here. Buying one order would get you that kill. I probably would do that if I were Hazard. Although you never know, we could always get the elimination event where you've got 3 or 4 units that spawn when you go to kill a camp. So you never know. Sometimes it's not worth it to do that. Up to Assyria. Assyria had a family go from cautious to upset. They got their aristocracy, so they now have a new tech hand. The leader is finally doomed. They can choose navigation, phalanx, spoked wheel, or steel. Probably grab the spoked wheel just for the free chariot card here. And then probably go into steel. They are pushing up into the Danish territory. It does not appear that Greece is aware of that. Back to Greece. They chose spoked wheel. So Assyria did go with spoked wheel, which I think is the opportune choice there. Assyria's military looking a little spooky against Greece's, not necessarily in quantity, but in quality. Greece needs to start paying attention. Although Assyria is power weaker, I think Greece needs to start paying attention to what Assyria is doing. Because Assyria is probably taking this site next turn. All right, let's see. Will we see what Babylonia got up to? Nothing too crazy. We upgraded a warrior into a spearman twice. Promoted 2 of our warriors. All right, and it looks like Phielp is ready to call it a night, which I'm certainly not too caught up about because my voice is really starting to grate on me. And I'm sure it's starting to grate on all you as well. So I do want to thank you all very much for watching. Good progress was made indeed. 40 whole turns with 4 players is nothing to shake a stick at in just about 2-ish hours. 2 hours, 30-ish minutes. Looks like we have the classic request for one more turn. I'm sure we can accommodate that. We'll see what they decide. Absolutely, Magnus. Absolutely. Might not be over yet, though. Thank you, Faye. Thank you. Glad you're enjoying it. Well, while we're waiting for them to decide whether they're going to play another turn or not, I am going to do the obligatory, hey, I'm Jams. If you're not familiar with me, you know, I do some old world stuff. And if you're not subscribed, I would encourage you to. I've got some good stuff coming up. Another coaching session is in the works. I've got a solo Barbarian Horde session that I'll be doing, as well as potentially some other casting. And hopefully more podcast. It's a question mark. Podcast is great. I love podcast. But podcast is a little bit tough to do sometimes. So, yeah, if you like it, shoot me. Give me a like. Give me a subscribe. I really hate asking for that stuff, especially live. But, you know, number go burr. And gives me encouragement to keep doing what I'm doing. Not that I do it particularly well. But I guess I do have my own brand of charm, if you can call it that. Have not seen an update, although we are turn rollovering, so I don't know. I'm gonna cast it as long as we're still playing. I'm not sure if that's gonna be till the hour or till just one more turn, but I guess since we're in Babylon, we'll start in Babylon. Let's see. What do we have? Looks like no events for Babylon. Alright, I'm assuming that from Phielp means they'll play till the hour, so we will see. About another 10-ish minutes. Probably one more turn. We've got Sovereignty discovered for Babylon. They've decided to go into Polis. Discontent level. They finished a pasture. Okay, they do have laws available. We're still 7 turns away from pyramids. This is now the last original leader at 56 years old. We're doing some Scythian killing over to the Romans. The Romans have air education and deeper meaning. They also... so the ruler is also known as the Settler. The team is now at war with the Danes, which I think was from the turn before. Okay. Gained discipline. 2 cities founded, right here and right there. So Rome is now at 7 to Assyria's 8. That team does lead in cities overall. Rome is still at 3 laws with no more available. We have killed some more Vandals there. We'll go ahead and move over to Assyria. Assyria aggressively moving up and attacking into the Danes. We knew that was going to happen. Assyria's new leader is a tracker zealot. 2 wisdom, 4 courage. Not bad at all. Internal politics. For a new leader, that ain't too bad. Minus opinion of religion, that could easily be rectified. They do have a law available. They could choose between centralization and vassalage. And they do have the civics for it. Spoked wheel in 3 turns. They also have an ambassador available, though they don't need it. We're doing some upgrades, some generals, just some generals into some of their units. Definitely going hard on the aggression. Expand, expand, expand. Obviously, the name of the old world game. Over to the Greeks. Have the Greeks become wise to the threat yet? Well, this scout might just be able to see that this Dane is wounded now. So, Greece might want to start paying attention to that. We've got No Place to Rest, Personal Religion, and Blinded by the Light as events. Caravan mission completed, gave Greece a nice chunk of gold. But it looks like they've already spent it. Probably on some of the events, if I had to guess. The Greeks are now at war with the Danes as well. Not sure if that was a meeting thing or a... Yes, it was a legit an event. So they had an event, they got legitimacy from it. Hoping that the Greeks can kind of rally and maybe contest this site, but it's going to be tough for them to do it against Assyria with a force already there. And Greece is slightly order constrained. Oh, and here we go. We started the Hanging Gardens right here in Thessalonica. Very good. That is their ambition, so it makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah, looks like it's... Oh, and Greece settled the city down here in Cyrene. It's a bit of a far settle. I kind of think I probably would have given this to my teammates if I was Greece. But, hey, that's internal diplomacy there. I'm not sure if they talked about it or not. They did clear this site as well as this site. So, does that mean the Vandals have... No, the Vandals are still over here. Yes, the Vandals have not been eliminated. But maybe the Scythians were? No, the Scythians are still down here. Okay. What about Babylon? What's Babylon been up to this turn? Babylon does have a law available. They've now got epics, exploration, tyranny, constitution, colonies, serfdom, and centralization vassalage. Again, they are still 7 turns away from the pyramids. Could be saving those orders. I believe they could get 3 laws in 1 turn if they were to just save their civics. So that might be what they're doing. The Roman scout has positioned its way into the woods here to keep an eye on what's going on in Babylon. Babylon does also have a scout in the rear line of Rome. Not terribly useful, but there's also not a whole lot else they can do with it. I mean, you could get a scout up here. I'm not sure why they don't move it. They might be order constrained or just not thinking about their scout. Sometimes in tournament, it can be a little bit difficult to remember to move your scouts and such. Yeah, we'll go back over to Rome for this turn. I'm not sure how many more turns we're playing. They did say till the hour, and we are only about 4 minutes till the hour. But that could still be another turn. All right, Phielp is saying that it is good night for him. So we'll go ahead and we'll see. We've got a Roman attack here on the Vandals. We are looking at converting the game into cloud. Really quick, we'll just take a look at what Rome's done. Nothing too much else. What about Assyria? Anything for Assyria? Spoked wheel in 2. They have zealous ambition. Build an Acropolis, 4 strong cities, or become slothful. Discontent level. They do have a settler. They finished 3 pastures. I would love to see if they are going to go for Judaism or not. But it does appear that this might be about the end of the stream. Yes, it does look that Phielp has disconnected. I'm assuming that means that they have put it into cloud, or at least they will, but Phielp is at least disconnected. I will go ahead and just go over the rest of the map really quick, because why not? Anything else done in Greece? It looks like some units were moved. Possibly up here, some units that were attacking, possibly these Danes. Yeah. And connection lost to server. So, unfortunately, that's going to do it for me. Again, thank you so much for watching. I have been Jams. And until the next time, I will see you. Bye-bye.